Rough day?
You have no idea.
Let's talk about it.
Being a woman has its advantages, but it's not an easy ride. Balancing careers, relationships, motherhood, family, and life can be quite the challenge. Sometimes you have to be a lady, and sometimes you gotta be a broad. Welcome to the Two Broads from Boca, the place where we talk about all the things you think about but don't say out loud.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Two Broads from Boca. We are coming to you not live tonight. We are actually pre-recording this evening. We'll explain that in a minute. I'm Amy Schreiben, and this is my lovely co-host,
Lorianne Gary. Happy Monday, everybody.
Yes, and welcome. We are actually pre-recording because we have a little bit of mommy things to do this evening for our children due to the holiday season. So we decided to still come to you, but not live. But we'll be back next week live. So that's here we are. So we get to make mistakes, and they can edit us. But we told them not to.
We
edit.
don't make mistakes.
We don't make mistakes. That's right. What was I thinking? We don't make mistakes. So anyway, so what's going on? It's like we're count T-minus and like 15 days or something like that till the big day.
It's so close, and I'm a little upset actually because my Christmas cards finally came in early. Because remember they said December 12th, and I was panicking because I thought, what takes 14 days anymore? But apparently my cards did because it's for me.
Of course.
Everyone else got theirs in 2, and I got them, and the front is gorgeous, but when you turn the card over, you cannot see the writing.
Oh my God.
And they told me it took 3 days for them to look at the card to approve it, and you cannot read the writing. And my husband doesn't want me to send them out.
What's the matter with it? It's too small?
You can't read it. It's
Or
like
it's
black writing on like red, so you can't read the message at all.
Gorgeous.
And I keep trying to get a hold of the company, and they're not answering me, so I'm not happy, Tiny Prince.
Tiny Prince, come on. Buy your cards every year. Let's go.
I need to send my cards out. I'm panicking.
All right, don't panic. You know what? Last
they were
year
so
I sent New Year
cute.
cards because I didn't get to it until after.
Yeah.
So it'll be like a new year. It's okay.
So everyone, my cards are coming eventually.
Yeah, she's lying. No. But anyway, yeah, all right. Did you do all your shopping? Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
And I love that you put that I was the Grinch. This year I am. I don't know what's
We
wrong
went
with
to
me.
a holiday party that friends of ours do every year, and they had the Grinch there, which he was the hit of the whole party.
course.
And I took a picture, and I posted it just for Amy,
So
since
nice.
she's being
I am being very
Scrooge
Grinch-like
this
this year. I'm not happy. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not happy.
no tree,
No
no
tree.
nothing, no
I did
gifts.
break down and put on. No, please. Let me just say something. I don't know if any of you are football fans. I am a rabid Eagles fan, and our quarterback. We're doing really well. There was Super Bowl hopes here. Our quarterback just tore his ACL, which I am devastated. So I have 3 very unhappy men, and the only present that I could really give them is a new ACL for this guy and rehab in a week, which is not going to happen. So, and of course, we were going to take them on Christmas Day to see the Eagles play, to see Carson Wentz play. And now we're going
He'll
to see.
be there. He'll just
No, he won't be there.
warm in
He
his
won't be there.
tushy
He'll
on
be
the
sitting
bench.
on the sidelines, perhaps, and Nick Foles will be playing. And there goes the season. But I'm praying. Hofstadter did it for the Giants, so maybe we can win. So all of you out there who are not Eagles fans, don't be happy. It's not nice because karma comes back to you. So other than
This
that,
is why I don't
that
watch
was my
football.
I love football.
So it doesn't have that much of an effect.
I like
on
it.
anything.
I like it. I don't want my kids playing it, but I like it. I do. I like it. So
I do want to say, though, first,
Talk to
because
me.
I did promise
talk to me.
last week that I was going to find the site for all of you interested in the letters for Santa so that the kids can write.
Oh yeah.
So there's a couple of websites, magicalxmas.com /
And we will put this on our
yeah,
Facebook
we will put
page.
it on, but it's magicalxmas.com / Santa-package is one, and the other that I found is Santa's, plural, officialletters.com. There are a ton of these sites where you can go on and actually buy. They're relatively inexpensive to have letters sent. However, I only mentioned these 2 because the rest now are not guaranteeing before
Anything for
Christmas
by Christmas,
delivery.
yeah.
So there's really, you make sure when you go on these sites that it's still possible. I mean, you'll know right away. It pops right up. We're not guaranteeing.
I will tell you what I used to do, and I'm going to give you a little Santa hack. If you have kids that still believe, what I did was I went to Google and and imaged a picture of Santa Claus, and this is a true story. And I took the picture and I printed it on an 8x10, the glossy paper in the printer, and I printed it out and I wrote to Joseph and David, "Love you very much, Santa." They had no idea. Made their day, and it was just a Google image, and they thought
Yeah, just
Santa
in
left
case
it.
if you
Just in
can't
case you can't get a letter. And
get these
always
letters.
you can always use your Word on the computer and type something up on cool paper, and they won't know because they're still young. I got busted with the tooth fairy that way, but
Yeah.
but you can definitely do that, and it'll work. It'll definitely work. But then and also, like I said, there's Sarah Blaine on Facebook. She does something with Santa, with a whole Santa thing. So she's on Facebook. It's Sarah Girolamo Blaine, Blane, I think, or Blaine. Just you can look her up on Facebook as well, and she can, I'm sure, help you out because she does this. She won Shark Tank, something with this Santa thing. I forget the name right now, Sarah. I apologize, but I'm still plugging you, Sarah.
Right, right.
So you can do that too if you need
Yeah.
to do that.
These are just cute, fun
Or just say,
holiday
you know
things.
what? We told my what a terrible thing we did when we were little. We told my sister one year Santa had a heart attack and he's not coming. We were terrible.
Oh, no.
It's terrible. We did, and she cried.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, don't do that. But that
Forget
was
about
so
that.
mean. It was so mean. But kids are not nice when they don't want to be. We'll be talking about that later too. So we are pre-filming today, which is interesting because we were supposed to film earlier, and then we had to wait around because Matt was late. Just calling you out on that, Matt. And but he's here now. Thank God he's safe, and we're all good. And we have 2 little guests in our audience right now. We have some man, I don't really know who he is, but he's here, and he's learning how to use our system for his purposes. I really don't know. And his name is Blake. And then we have our guest who'll be coming on shortly. But do you have any hacks for the holidays, sister girl?
I do.
Let's hear it, sister.
So, when you finally get to your dessert after all your
Yeah, you wanna
holiday
throw up,
eating,
yeah.
and you go to get the ice cream out, and you stick your spoon in there, and the whole spoon bends, and you have to leave it on the counter, or you have to stick it in the microwave. It's like a whole thing.
Sure.
If you take your gallon of ice cream and you put it inside a Ziploc bag in the freezer, it'll be soft like you just opened it for the
Shut
first time.
Up. Are you serious?
Swear.
How did you know that? Where'd you get that
Because I'm
from?
smart.
All right, now we're pushing the limits.
No, I found it. It's
Serious?
one of
That
my
is
things.
awesome.
Yeah.
I had to try
Because
that.
it's, you love opening it for the first time because it's so nice and soft, but then the minute you close it and put it back in the
becomes
freezer,
rock-like.
it's like a rock. So put it in a
I
Ziploc
had
bag,
no idea of that.
and you don't have any more bent
Let's be honest,
spoons.
girls. When you're in a bad mood and you're leaving the supermarket, that bad boy comes right out in the car. You start eating it with a spoon from the Publix. Let's call it what it is, okay?
And my other one, I want to do
Oh,
two
two.
today
I love
because
that you
so
have
many people
two.
are out buying their Christmas trees. I saw a lot of pictures on Facebook.
Be careful.
Everyone.
I'm a fake girl myself. Because
But either way, fake or, artificial or real, you could do this. You can get shiny green tinsel because you know how you have holes and can't fill the
That's
holes.
true.
And you put the shiny green tinsel in
That's
there.
a very
and it
good
makes
hack.
your tree look fuller.
that is it's almost
So
like
don't
being
worry
the
about
hair
finding
club
that
for
perfect
men
tree.
for your tree. It's like the hair
Yes,
club for men for your tree.
Exactly. That's
No,
exactly.
I like that idea because
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Sometimes that happens.
It does. You have a big hole. You have to turn the tree. You still have it. It's.
I
you
like
know,
that. That's a nice, especially when you have an older tree. Sometimes the artificial ones they bend the rods, and you got a little hole going on there, or
Yeah.
the cat got in there and messed it up, jacked up your tree. Have you seen those things on Facebook, like kids pulling down the
Yeah.
trees and stuff? I gotta tell you,
It's hysterical.
makes me laugh. Just be
and
careful.
tomorrow is Hanukkah. I forgot about
Yes,
Hanukkah.
well, that was my next
I jumped
thing.
to Christmas.
It's
and I-
Hanukkah. I'll be making brisket
Happy
later on
Hanukkah.
today. For tomorrow, I already have my matzo ball soup ready, and I cook everything from scratch. So I'm very excited. I'm using my friend Sarah's recipe for brisket this year. It's quite tasty, I have to say. She uses cranberries and beer, so they'll be drunk if they don't like it, so it doesn't matter. But I'm very excited. I am. We do a little thing for Hanukkah. Nobody's getting gifts, though. I'm grinching it up this year.
No.
But, yeah, there'll be no gifts. No gifts. No, I did buy them something. I bought them Eagles shirts, the Philadelphia Eagles, but they don't know. So
Now they do.
yeah, well, no, they won't see it till tonight, and it'll be too late. They don't watch my show. They only watch it if they think they're going to be on it. But other than that, yeah, so we're excited. So we're doing Hanukkah tomorrow. It starts tomorrow evening, so it'll be exciting. It's fun. It's a nice little thing. We have a little mensch on the bench. I did put a mensch on the bench up, like the elf on the shelf, but I put the mensch on the bench. Yeah, he's going.
Exciting.
Yeah, oh, woo. Yeah, I know. It's real festive in my house.
Uh-huh.
But I don't
All
even
right,
think
so
I have the
let's-
menorah out. I swear to God, it's bad.
Oh, you want to have our guest come on first, or you want to do your
I'll do my Boca
hack?
hack, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll talk. All right. We're going to talk about a couple of important things today, particularly that concern children. So I think that you guys should tune back in as soon as we take our break. But I will tell you, in Boca Raton, there is a law on the books, believe it or not, that women are not allowed to break more than 3 dishes a day. But apparently, there is no limit for men. So, ladies, the moral of this story is stop doing the dishes and give it over to the men, because you
That's
don't want to
very
go to jail.
sexist.
Who cares? I don't have to do dishes. I'm going to show them this tonight. But this law was probably made when Boca Raton was discovered.
But I mean, I don't understand why
Dishes
that would
were
even be a
expensive
law.
then.
But
Who cares?
and
It's
why
a
would you
law.
be breaking more than 3 dishes anyways?
Well, when you have a nasty husband and 2 children, yes, that's why you break. That's more than 3,
or
right
you're
there.
Greek, don't they
Or
break
you're Greek,
plates?
yeah. Well, maybe the women can't throw them. Did we just do a bad thing by saying that? I'm half Greek, so I can say that. I am, actually.
No, I don't know. I'm just thinking of the
Did you know
time.
that about me? That I did my DNA from Ancestry.com, and I am Greek as well? A lot of Greek going on in here in Italian. I don't know. Little Middle Eastern, they tell me, and some places like Austria. I ain't buying
Yeah,
that.
but aren't you Sicilian?
I am. So, you know,
So
they,
you got
they
a
went through
lot of
everywhere.
crap down
Yeah,
there. You have like
we went through every country. They were
you have
nomads.
a bunch of
Yeah,
different.
I have a lot going on in here.
Yeah.
I'm surprised there's
So I'm
not
not-
like, yeah. I'm not surprised. But, you
Yeah.
know, it's a water country. Greece is also the water country. You know, I always say Italy is the Florida, it's the Italian Florida, because it's a bull, and we're kind of like a shoe too, because we just stick out into the ocean.
It's Florida, by the way.
It's Florida. Anyway, yeah, my kids just sent me this thing this morning about like, where are you from? So I took the test. That's what took me so long in the bathroom. I was taking the test, and it said I'm from New York. I'm like, gee, that's a shock.
Oh.
But it said Yonkers, so I felt like a little bit of a high class instead of Bronx. So, all right, we're going to take a break right now, and we'll be back in a few seconds. Thank you.
Hey, the 2 broads from Boca are taking a short break. We hope you're enjoying the show. You can find them here live on Facebook every Monday night at 7 p.m. And if you can't watch, you can hear the 2 broads on SoundCloud.com. You can also follow the 2 broads from Boca on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Want to talk about a topic? Leave the 2 broads your comments on their Facebook page or contact them at 2broadsfromboca@gmail.com. Let's rejoin the 2 broads from Boca and let's talk about it.
I will add that.
And welcome back. I hope you stayed around to talk with our guest now. Amy, why don't you introduce who we have here today?
Magically, she appears. This is Marilyn Blanco Core, and she is the Event and Outreach Director of the Inner Circle Executive Club, and she's also a Glass Leadership Program student for the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League. She has been nominated by 2 organizations for Volunteer of the Year. I believe it's the Boca Chamber, Golden Bell Education Foundation, correct? And the Inner Circle Executive Club and the Boca and I said the Boca Chamber. She is, I don't know how I don't think you sleep. She is like always in the community, always doing service. I see her and I don't go to anything, but she's always there when I am there. It's amazing to me. So I want to welcome you again. You are a friend of the show. And now you're back with my new friends.
Awesome.
And you're back.
It's great to be back.
It is great.
It's great to be back.
Tell us what's going on.
Also, what's going on? It's the holidays.
Yes, it is.
It's a little chilly out.
And it finally feels like it in
Oh, yeah,
Florida
that's another
because
thing. We are
it's
having
nice
such a
and
lovely
cool.
cold
I love
weather.
it.
That's why we're in
The
sweaters.
hair is
A
fantastic.
little flyaway
Do
too.
you notice the difference
Yes.
in your hair?
Yes, it does.
It's
But you know what I will tell you now? I understand why the Golden Girls have always sweaters on, because they must have filmed them during the cold season. It's a little chilly here.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I want to talk specifically with you today, just in the beginning. I want you to talk about your work with the ADL and the
Okay.
anti-bullying thing,
Okay.
because that's really important. We all have children. All three of us have children. And
It's a big issue.
it's a very big issue, particularly in our environment.
Mhm.
So I would like you to just tell our audience a little bit about what goes on with that.
Yeah. So, well, actually, the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, which was founded over 100 years ago by an attorney in Chicago, and basically their mission, their principles, combating the anti-Semitism,
Right.
bigotry, defending all democratic ideals, and promoting equality for all. And reason why I got involved with the ADL actually was through networking. One of our members is Jeannie Azioli. She's actually one of the co-chairs for the GLI leadership class that I'm currently in right now. She was just one of our attendees networking at the Inner Circle, and she told me about the organization and introduced me to Tanya Miller and Eric Ross. And actually, we did an event
Yes.
with the ADL.
Yes.
And specifically, why I decided to get involved, because I really believe what their mission is, and also I feel it has what they're doing has a lot to do with what's going on in our society today.
Absolutely.
And you're talking about that, like, the bullying, discrimination, hate, etc. And being in the GLI program, you learn a lot about what they do. Not only to support not only the community, but also to help like the FBI and law enforcement.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. That's interesting.
yeah, absolutely. And also, of course, the Anti-Defamation League is a nonprofit organization. So basically, like, they could, if there's like recently, I would say like maybe about a month ago, the one of the white supremacist leaders was over at the UF, University of Florida.
Nice.
Yeah,
Should
and
have
so I
let him
guess
know
he
it was
wanted
possible.
to kind of,
Recruit?
yeah.
There you go.
And I think what was great about the ADL, them going up there, they kind of like brought awareness about, making sure that we are aware of what we're all about. No
think-
place for hate. That's why you see the hashtag everywhere. Hashtag no place for hate. And so basically, this white supremacist leader pretty much did not really achieve what he wanted to achieve.
Well, that's always good.
Oh,
That's
good.
always good. But I think it's important that we talk about how this program specifically is involved in schools. I think that what Tanya was telling me, hi Tanya, that there's programs now instituted through the ADL in schools,
Okay.
but not necessarily ADL specific. They're just a program that they recommend to counteract the bullying situation.
Yeah, there's all kinds of programs that they have in there, and a lot of you could just go on the ADL website, just kind of like look it up. But they have like all kinds of programs that you could get involved. But like, for example, like with talking about the ADL, helping like even students, cadets that are with the FBI, law
Right.
enforcement. Basically, they have programs like that as well, not just only in the schools.
That's interesting.
So is it educating these people?
Oh,
on
yeah,
it? That's what it's doing. Okay.
Right.
'Cause I'm a
Yeah.
little lost myself.
Yeah, no, it's
on
it's
how
education on how to handle bullying in your
Okay.
school or in your institution.
What signs to look for and things like that?
Yeah,
or-
absolutely.
And
Okay.
even ways to deal with, because everybody knows the bully becomes the victim instead of the other way around. And
Right.
I think that this is a really good way to approach different things, and it's helpful to both sides. As a mom, you obviously don't want another child in pain, and obviously when somebody's bullying, something's going on with them. But also as a mother, when it's your child being targeted, you certainly don't really care. You like, I'm sorry that you're going through this, but why are you picking on my kid?
Right.
And the
Right.
programs that the ADL have enters the school, and it educates faculty, it educates administration, as well as children on how to handle this without feeling so alone. So I think that that's really
Oh,
important.
so students as well. I
Yes,
didn't realize.
students
Okay,
as
that's
well.
Great.
So it's a really
Mhm.
good. It's a very proactive and
Yeah.
a pro-involvement program. So I think that that's something that we should definitely investigate. And the ADL is a really good organization, and I think it's worth investigating. So all of you who are in the school systems or have problems with bullying, I think that it's something you should definitely
What
seek
is
out.
the website?
Oh, the ADL.org.
ADL.org.
ADL.org,
Okay.
yeah. And they actually have the Florida region here as well.
Exactly.
So, and so basically, which is very important, which is good about, in the school system, we also have like the school district of Palm Beach County as well. They are so proactive about bullying in the school system and etc. So that's also good for them to, support that as well.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So now tell us, you are also the event and outreach director of the Inner Circle Executive Club.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that organization. For those of you who know Marilyn, who is a friend of the show, you know this, so just hang tight. But for those of you who are new to our show, Marilyn's going to fill you in. It's actually really cool, so listen.
Yes, hi. So the Inner Circle Executive Club is a community business networking group that has been around for over 6.5 years. Basically was founded back in 2011 by Jonathan Bennett and David Riggs. And actually they were two guys that were, chamber members of the Boca Chamber, networking all over in their industry. And they decided to just, they don't want to pay the membership fees, all these entry fees at every networking event you go to. So they decided to get together one night at Abe and Louie's back then and decided to just bring some of their business people, bring people and just connect and build and network. And it got to the point like 6 months later, they kind of outgrew it. For those of you that have been to Abe and Louie's, can you imagine 100 people in that bar? That's kind of like crazy. So Abe and Louie's is like, see you later. So luckily, our new home is Pinion Grill. It's been our home ever since. So we meet about once a month on a Thursday. Normally it's on a Thursday. Specific dates, we usually be on the social media site. Okay. And that's what we basically do, bring the business community together. And what I do as far as the Inner Circle, we also are very philanthropic as well. So we get involved with the nonprofits in the community. We have about maybe 9 nonprofit partners that we do networking fundraising events.
That's
and also nothing too, we're also a free networking group, so that's also a great thing.
So anybody can show up.
Anybody can show
up. And what time usually? It's is it the first Thursday of the month? It just
depends when we partner with our nonprofits.
Okay.
Usually we have to go by what they're scheduled.
Right.
So that's how that kind of works.
Okay,
so
cool.
Typically it's always on the site. Usually it's on Thursday evening, like 5:30 to 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Is what we normally do.
On Facebook, it's the Inner Circle Executive Club, so you can look that up and
There's
find out.
always a lot of people at those events.
Always.
Yes. So we're actually very fortunate, and actually ADL is one of our partners.
There you go.
And actually what's great about, getting involved with the nonprofits, just meeting so many amazing, wonderful people,
Mm-hmm.
not only people that are working with the organizations, but also, getting involed with the community. So for example, I got involved with the Unicorn Children Foundation, which I'm currently on the board of director.
Right.
Hi Greg, Sharon, Brett, hi everybody. So speaking of, you're talking about, anti-bullying,
right.
Basically my goal as a board of director for the organization is to spread awareness about neurodiversity. So meaning, children and youth with neurological issues like autism, ADHD, etc. I just don't feel there's not enough community awareness.
I agree.
Right.
I absolutely
when it
agree.
comes to that.
That's true. I mean, and from experience, people like to label your children.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a stigma.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really important for acceptance. And I agree with that 1,000%. So you're very busy.
Yes.
Very busy. I'm exhausted just talking to you, for God's sake. So I know you guys have an event coming up.
Actually, we actually just had an event, our holiday toy drive with Best Foot Forward. Hi, Donna, Debbie.
Hey, they're coming. They're coming.
Yes. Hello. And we had a very successful holiday toy drive with them, which we had like loads of toys for their children in Best Foot Forward.
Oh, that's nice.
They're an organization that helps educate foster children.
Right.
So we're so
they're
happy they
coming
can have a
on
great holiday.
in February. They're going to come and talk to
Awesome.
us.
Well, that's good. So we just had an event with them. We do have an event starting January. We'll let you know the date pretty soon. So it's another busy year at the Inner Circle.
All right. So how can they get in touch with you if they want to talk to you?
If they want to talk to me, just if you want to talk to me, go ahead and just find me. You can find me at the facebook.com/ICEC Boca. You could visit us on the Facebook site, or just look me up, Marilyn Blanco Core, or you could just give me a shout, 561-856-3421.
And there you go. And that's Marilyn. Dynamic. And quite exhausting, I have to be honest with you. God bless her. And you have a child.
Well, we're fortunate to have people like this right here in our community.
That's what I'm saying.
that
Boca's
do
very,
so
very
much,
rich in really dynamic women who make a real difference in the world, and you are obviously that person. So we are very honored to be among these kind of people. And we make our mark too, but
Yeah.
not. It's a whole different ball
I
game.
love watching you ladies.
Oh,
You guys are
you're-
awesome.
Thank you.
That's so nice
Thank
of you to
you.
say. So pretty much that's all we got for you
Yep.
this week, and we are very happy that you joined. I hope you'll come back again and promote you have a 2018 event coming down the pike.
Oh, for Gold and Bell, our
Yeah.
anniversary. Yes, Thursday, June 28th. And I have a great coach here, Michael Church of Rooster.
There you go. But we'll be advertising that too as we go
Yeah,
further.
because we have holidays on the brain.
Yeah,
right
everybody's
now,
got
and it's
holiday, but
like,
Yeah, I
we'll
know,
bring that
right?
up again. But we want to thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week live. We will be back live. Have a great night, and thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Thank you for joining the Two Broads from Boca. You can see us live every Monday at 7 p.m. on Facebook. See you next week, and remember, keep it classy, sassy, and a little smartassy.